Hi, it's Reed Moore. Let me take a moment to thank you for taking the time out of your day to take my survey. Also, let me congratulate you for being the kind of person who cares enough about what you're building in your business to take action. Okay, so your primary bottleneck is recruiting and finding talent. That's a really exciting stage in your real estate business, and believe it or not, it's more simple than you may think. I want you to stick with me for a couple of minutes because I'm going to share with you 3 simple and yet effective strategies that you can implement in your business today so that you can stop wasting your valuable time and money in recruiting the wrong people and start building an all-star team that will allow you to gain more time back for what matters most in your life. Not only that, I'm going to show you how to build a business with the right people so that it grows because you're influenced, not just simply logging more hours. If that sounds like the direction you would like to go in your business, pay close attention to what I'm about to share with you. In our business, it's something I like to call building your Game of Thrones. After connecting with literally hundreds of top agents about building their Game of Thrones, patterns started to emerge in our meetings as to why recruiting and finding talent was such a huge bottleneck in their business. The common things that I would hear agents say are, Reed, honestly, I don't even know where to start. Or, Reed, there's just no talent in my market. Or, this person is so talented, I love them so much, I just am gonna go ahead and hire them. Or, I followed the hiring process to a T and I still didn't get the right people in my business. Or even, I hired a great person, but after 4 weeks they told me it wasn't for them anymore. Believe it or not, guys, I get it. I've been there and I know exactly what you're going through, and it sucks. It's super discouraging to spend all of your time recruiting people and then see them not work out for one reason or another. It seems like a never-ending cycle, but I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. And by the end of this video, you won't make the same mistakes again if you follow these 3 strategies that I'm going to share with you in just a minute. Now, before I do, you might be wondering, how do I know these strategies will work for you? Well, for starters, I've been in the real estate industry for 15 years, and in that time I've hired the wrong way many times. Went through a lot of pain and wasted a lot of money. But ultimately, through my failures, I've created a winning system that has allowed me to hire not only great talent, but great leaders that also know how to hire great talent. Today, my business is in multiple locations with a CEO and a vice president of growth that have replaced me in recruiting and talent and running our business. Not only that, we have a team of leaders in all of our locations and over 20 agents who I am proud to have representing our standards and reputation in the communities that we serve. Today, our team does over 400 transactions and over $100 million in gross sales volume. What I'm about to share with you are the exact same strategies that I've shared with my team and private coaching clients for the last 5 years. I've gotten to see firsthand the transformation and incredible results by implementing these 3 simple and yet effective tools into the interview process. You've probably had well-intentioned coaches, trainers, and mentors, and even agents who have given you good advice or even shiny new tools that ultimately led to subpar results. Maybe they told you, go with your gut. This is nothing more than a half-truth, as sometimes our gut can be misleading. Sometimes we hire the wrong people based on an emotional connection instead of logic. And often those people don't work out. Go with your gut works for picking an item off of a menu, but not a member of your team. Something else you might have heard before is, you're good at hiring talent, just keep doing what you're doing. Although it may be true that you're good at finding new talent, that doesn't mean that you should keep doing what you're doing. Eventually you'll exhaust your existing resources and connections, and you may be spending way more time than you need to on recruiting. Another one my clients hear a lot is, it's just a numbers game. Just hire anyone and see who sticks. Unfortunately, recruiting is not that simple. If you overhire, you waste time and money onboarding team members who won't last, and you run the risk of developing a bad reputation as a business with high turnover, which can ultimately turn off future recruits. One last thing we hear all the time is if you find the right DISC behavioral assessment in your interview, you'll always know who to hire. Not so fast. Behavioral assessments are very helpful, but they're not foolproof. There's more to recruiting than simply an assessment. Does some or all of that advice sound familiar? Trust me, I know. I've worked with hundreds of agents just like you who've been misled into thinking that these tools and tricks are the miracle solution to all of their recruiting problems. And when they inevitably fail, they feel exhausted and discouraged. If you're ready to recruit the right way, if you're ready to work with talented people who want to achieve their goals, if you want to see lasting results and stop spinning your wheels, I have 3 strategies that can get you on the right path to finding the right talent right now. Now would be a good time to pause this video and grab a pen and paper because you're going to want to write these down. If you start using these strategies now, I guarantee you'll see a drastic change in your interview process and the conversations that you're having with recruits immediately. So I'm going to break down finding your Game of Thrones into 4 phases of recruitment, as if you were searching for a candidate just like you might search for gold. The first phase of the process is mining the rocks. In this phase, you're breaking through the mountains of candidates looking for those who could be gold. The second phase is screening the rocks. Similar to passing gold through a sifter in a mine, screening is where you separate the gold from the dirt in the interview. Unfortunately, candidates can be really good at passing for gold. You have to have the right processes in place in order to figure out who's the real deal. The third phase, which we're going to focus on the most in this video, is purifying. This is when you go deeper and figure out who that candidate is and if they qualify for being the right fit for your team. Lastly, the fourth phase is solidifying. This is how you lock down the candidate and get them set up for success. The third phase, purifying, is one of the most important. You can get lucky in mining, finding the right candidate by chance. You can even get lucky screening, figuring out who's gold and who's fake, but you don't want to really rely on luck in the purifying phase, or it's going to cost you big time. So the assumption we're making here is that in the past, you've found candidates to interview, but you're struggling with finding out who's really the best fit for your team and who will last over the long haul. To help solve this problem, we have 3 key strategies for success. The first strategy is something I like to call our one life philosophy. Wondering what that is? I'll tell you. The one life philosophy is the idea that every person is a singular person. You don't get a different person at work that you do at home or church or with friends. Simply put, we are trying to find out who they really are. The one life philosophy matters to you as someone looking to hire because it means that you're going to stop looking for a candidate that interviews well. I know what you might be thinking, Reed, why would I stop looking for somebody who is a good interviewer? Here's why. A candidate who is a good interviewer is professional, polished, rehearsed, and formulaic. They know the questions that you're going to ask. They have the answers that you want to hear prepared. It's like acting. And anyone can fake it, whether they're a really good fit or not. Once you stop focusing on the interview itself, once you shift your mindset, you can create a different type of environment, one that your candidates can't fake their way through. What you need to do is create opportunities for candidates to show who they really are, not just who they think you want to see. You should create a new assessment process that rewards candidates for the openness and honesty that you want to see inside of your business. Picture this. Tim and Sally are going on a first date. Sally has decided that the outcome she wants from the date isn't a second date. It isn't a go or no go or predetermined outcome. But instead, she shows up for the date with a deep curiosity about who Tim is, what he cares about, and what makes him special. The entire evening, Sally makes it her mission to be curious, fascinated, and inquisitive as to what the other person wants out of their life. What will she learn? Will she learn what she needs to make a great decision as to what the next steps or results will be? What will Tim experience? Someone who takes the time to learn who he really is and creates a platform for him to take off his mask? This approach will allow you to genuinely add value to other people and see who they really are more often than not. Think of it this way. If you get a glimpse into a candidate's true self and it's a good fit for your business, you're going to last much longer with them than someone who says what you want to hear In this way, everyone wins. So the key to hiring is to ditch the interview mindset and to create an environment that helps you get to know who the candidates really are and if they're the kind of people you want in your business. 8 years ago, I implemented this one life philosophy into my business. And since then, we've had less than 10% turnover. We now have cultivated a team of leaders who give me more free time to create opportunities for my business, to change people's lives through real estate, and to enjoy life with my wife and 4 kids. This philosophy works. I can promise you that. All right, now that you've adjusted to how to interview candidates, it's time for the second strategy. And this is getting to know your candidates' dreams. To do this, you need to live out the principle of the platinum rule, which is finding out what the candidate wants for themselves, not what you want for them. Many times we go into a recruiting conversation and we want to win everyone over. We want to convince the candidates that this is the right place for them to be and that this is the best opportunity for their careers. But when you stop selling them on the opportunity, you can find out what opportunity they really want. And can you help create that dream with them? Instead of selling the position, figure out what the candidate hopes to get out of it. What does their idea of success look like? How do they see themselves growing, and where do they see themselves in 5 years? And does that work inside of your business? What would you do if you had an amazing candidate that was sitting right in front of you and they were a single mom? Through the conversation, they expressed to you that a big win for their life would be to be at home every night with their kids and to be available for them every weekend. And you dug down deep to make sure that's really what they wanted, and sure enough, it was. What if the role you had, you were convinced they would absolutely knock it out of the park doing? And yet you knew with certainty that it would require many evenings and weekends. If that person took the role, what do you think that they would look back and see when it came to their choice in 5 years? What would they think about you, and what would you think about that choice? When you start listening to what your candidates want for themselves instead of focusing on what you want for your candidates, and then work with them to figure out how you can achieve their dreams together, the results will be monumental. Sometimes you find the right person, but it's the wrong time. And that's just as frustrating as finding the wrong person at the right time. Strategy 3 in the purifying process is learning when to say no. When looking at potential talent, you have to ask yourself, do I really have an opportunity for this person at this time in my business? Will I be able to get them trained? Can I afford them? Do I have room for them to grow and thrive? Forcing the right talent into the wrong opportunity creates resentment. December 22nd, 2009, I had the privilege of selling a house to an incredible family. Through the process, I was able to enter into a conversation with Laura, who was an incredibly talented individual. As I walked through the process with her, it was very apparent that she was incredibly talented. It was also apparent that the timing was not right for her for a role inside of my company. I decided to add value to her, to help her in her current career, knowing that at some point in the future, either the timing would be right or I would create a raving fan. As a result, I not only helped her and her husband resell their home and purchase another, but she has sent me many pieces of closed business over the years. All of this from simply resisting the temptation to put the right person in at the wrong time. And maybe the best part of all is that we're still in the conversation waiting for the timing to be right. So what should you do if you meet the right talent but you don't have the right opportunity? Well, first of all, be honest with yourself and check to see if it's fear or a lack of confidence. You may just need to take the step and move forward. If not, connect with them. Build a relationship with them, mentor them. Even if it's not helping your business immediately, you're building goodwill and establishing a long-lasting relationship that will help and will be there when the opportunity arises. The right talent at the right time, at the right place, creates the right results. Don't forget that. So to recap, finding a gold mine of talent takes 4 phases: mining, screening, purifying, and solidifying. The purifying phase is one of the most critical, and I just shared with you 3 strategies to help you through it. Number 1, Stop looking for good interviewers and create an interview environment that can't be faked. Number 2, find out what the candidate wants to get out of the opportunity, not what you want to get out of the candidate. Number 3, don't try to make the right candidate work if it's not the right time. Now look, if those strategies got you all fired up, but you're still unsure as how to make them actionable in your business, I don't want to leave you hanging. I want to introduce you to our RMG 2018 Gold Recruit program. During this 4-week online course, I'll show you strategies for each of the 4 recruiting phases that we introduced to you today and tell you exactly how to put those strategies into action in your business so that you can immediately start finding and recruiting talent that will make your job easier and grow your business. I've seen this training help hundreds of agents around the country build winning teams, and I know what an impact that it has on the rest of their business. I want to make that happen for you. That's what I'm passionate about. My team and I put a lot of work into it. We believe in it, and we know that you'll be thrilled with the results from taking it. And here's the best part. Because I believe in this course so much, I've brought on a few of my trusted industry partners to sponsor the course because they are committed to your success as well. And to make this a complete no-brainer, we're offering the first webinar course completely free. So all you need to do is click the button below this video to get started today. Ready to learn how to recruit and find talent? Ready to stop trying to do it all yourself and feeling frustrated? Ready to get the results that will actually last? Good. I'm ready to help you. The ball's in your court now. Take action today and start getting the results that you deserve. Click the button below this video and let's get started. I'm Reed Moore, and I can't wait for you to join me on this journey of growth in your business.